Friends, I am Antika, and in this video I will be discussing how chlorella is important to us both in the field of research as well as how it is used as a health benefiting or health promoting green algae. What are the side effects of using chlorella? How chlorella is a model organism in research as well as what are the how chlorella can sometimes be harmful for us. In the first part of the video, I have discussed about an overview of chlorella and the thallus structure as well as the reproductive strategy of chlorella. So, before understanding about the economic, ecological importance of chlorella, you should be first going to that video to just have an overview of what chlorella is and then return to this video. We will be discussing about the economic importance of chlorella. So, chlorella has a wide range of economic importance. Chlorella vulgaris and Chlorella pyrenoidosa, they are the most widely used of all the chlorella species. Especially they are used in wide variety of research. Now, this two species, Chlorella vulgaris and pyrenoidosa, were considered as a source of food, especially during and after the the Second World War. Uh, there was scarcity of food, and there was every country, every developed nation started to find out new options of how to increase the food yield, and after many research, it was found that Chlorella vulgaris, Chlorella pyrenoidosa, as well as even spirulina also, they can be used as an alternative source of food for the growing population. And these type of the production of food from algae, this was called the single cell proteins, and basically because this chlorella, they have a chlorella as well as even spirulina also, they had high content. They are many they are what to say, they are very dense in nutrient. They have a very high protein content, so these were called the single cell proteins, and they were grown in the race away pond, and they were grown in under very sterile conditions, and they were this single cell protein was of great importance, especially during not only now but also since after the Second World War. This single protein was of much importance, and still by these days it is still of it's a very good source of protein. And I've also made a video regarding this single cell protein about the techniques that were used in the production of single cell protein, and what species are used in this, and how the single cell protein are better than other food sources, and what are their disadvantages, what problems we face while using single cell protein. So if you want to learn detail about single cell proteins, you can just go to the that video. I have put the link in the description box. So now back to chlorella, Chlorella vulgaris and Chlorella pyrenoidosa. They were considered as a very good protein as a food source, mainly because it has a high photosynthetic efficiency. Now, chlorella have a photosynthetic efficiency much higher than C4 plants like maize and sugarcane. We know that C4 plants, as because they do not undergo photorespiration, they have a higher photo efficiency rates than the C3 plants. But chlorella has a much higher photosynthetic efficiency than the C4 plants also. So we can say that from the same amount of sunlight, more greater amount of biomass, more amount of biomass can be produced. And also chlorella, it is a very fast growing species. I mean, it completes its generation time, say in 12 hours. So the amount of chlorella will be doubled. And also as the biomass increases, so and due to this short generation time and high photosynthetic efficiency, so we can say that it is an excellent material for an alternative source of food. Also, if we consider the nutritional value of chlorella, we see that chlorella, it has high amount of protein. That is, it has 45% of protein. And also, the protein that are present, the amino acids that are present in this protein, they are mostly all essential amino acids. That is, those amino acids that will be needed by us as human, and they have to be taken by us because our body cannot be able to are not able to produce those amino acids. So it's a very good source of protein also, because as these are all essential amino acids, they contain, all the protein contain essential amino acids, and they are easily digestible because the amino acid composition of this protein is similar to that of the animal protein. So this is a very good source so far the protein is concerned. And we see that it has only 20% of fat, and the fat is also polyunsaturated. Now, what is polyunsaturated fat? We know that polyunsaturated fat, it is actually very healthy, because we see that mono and unsaturated fat, that is specially present in red meat, they are the causative agent of many problems, especially it can lead to arteriosclerosis and other type of heart problem. So this chlorella, which contain the fat in chlorella, is polyunsaturated, just like the fat that we find in fish, oyster, in nuts, and in seeds. So this polyunsaturated fat, it is very good for our heart, as well as this it is also having a anti-inflammatory property. So, and also the carbohydrate content is 20%. The carbohydrate is also easily the carbohydrate is mainly starch as well as sugar. So this carbohydrate is easily digestible by us. And the fiber content. The fiber content in this chlorella is 5%. Now, this fiber, it is a very good thing, because fiber, it lowers diet that is rich in fiber will lower the cholesterol level. Cholesterol level can also be lowered by the carotenoid that is present in chlorella. So fiber, carotenoid present, it both that is present in the chlorella, fiber and carotenoid, they both are helpful in lowering cholesterol. So we see that apart from a food source, this is also has other other benefits. That is by it helps in lowering the cholesterol. Also, the vitamin and mineral content. We know that the minerals and vitamin, it contain vitamin B complex, vitamin C, and a mineral. So far what comes to mineral is it is rich in iron, that is Fe. We know that is a diet. If a diet is rich in iron, so it can be very good for persons suffering from anemia. So this apart from iron, it also has zinc, Zn, zinc. It also has, it is rich in copper. Also, it is rich in calcium. Calcium, Ca. So it is, the chlorella is rich in vitamin B, vitamin C, and rich in iron, zinc, copper, potassium. I may have forgot to mention potassium, K. So here we see that chlorella has got protein that is that contains all the essential amino acid, easily digestible, fat that is very healthy, that is polyunsaturated, and carbohydrate. Also, the carbohydrate is easily digestible. It has fiber that lowers the cholesterol. So it can be considered as a superfood. So next point is that how to cultivate it. It is mainly cultivated in race away ponds, and very sterile conditions should be maintained while cultivation, because other if we don't maintain a sterile condition, then what happens is that it can get contaminated with other form of algae, which if these type of algae contain the chlorella gets contaminated with, say for example, the cyanobacteria, then there will be problem of toxin. The cyanotoxins, they are, as we know, that they are they are hepatotoxic, that is they affect the liver. They are neurotoxic, that is affect the nervous system. They are dermatotoxic, that is they affect the skin. And even they actually, the cyanotoxins, they affect every part of our body. So uh, so they have to we have to be very careful while culturing this chlorella. Also, if the chlorella gets contaminated with, say, any harmless algae, then what will happen? Then this nutrients dense chlorella will be again mixed with certain other algae, which does not have this desirable quality of having all the essential amino acid rich protein, or polyunsaturated fats or carbohydrate. So contamination of while cultivating the chlorella, it is a very setback or for cultivation. So cultivation to be done in a very sterile condition. So after cultivation, it is harvested. For harvesting also, we have either by flocculation, by flotation, or by centrifugation. Then by after harvesting, it is mechanically, the cell wall that is present in the chlorella is mechanically sheared, so that the actually cell wall, it is not digestible by us as it is made up of cellulose. So to get the benefit of the nutrient in the chlorella, the degradation of cell wall is also a very important process, and degradation should always be mechanical without the use of heat, because we know that heat, it destroys the vitamins which are very heat sensitive. So this is all about how the cultivation of chlorella is done. You can get a detailed a video of the cultivation of single cell protein from my video, the single cell protein, that I have put in the link I have put in the description box. Next point is that the chlorella, uh, this company Terravia, which he was earlier, it was called by the name of Solazyme, and another company Alma. These two companies are nowadays producing chlorella as a food source. Also, there is some Russian company that is doing research work on this chlorella, and chlorella is used to remove carbon dioxide in the treated in or the treatment plant, especially tertiary treatment. Chlorella is used to bring down the carbon dioxide in this treatment. Chlorella has got many therapeutic properties. Chlorella ellipsoidea, it is used as a tea in Japan for its therapeutic property. Now, chlorella, as it was discussed in the last slide, it contains this iron. So, it is used to treat iron deficiency in pregnant women. Also, it is rich in other minerals which can have benefits, especially if you have these deficiencies. Chlorella also improves the immunity of patient undergoing chemotherapy or radiation therapy. Because of the great array of vitamins and this as we know that vitamins, they act as cofactors in various metabolic processes, so they help in improving the immunity of this patients undergoing chemo and physiotherapy. Also, this chlorella, they have got certain antioxidant property, especially beta carotene, lycopene, and lutein. These act as an antioxidant, and these antioxidants are basically substances that reduces the oxidative stress in our body. Now, what do I mean by oxidative stress? During the normal course of our metabolism, our body cells produces certain free radicals that put oxidative stress in our body, and our body ages at much faster rate. Now, these antioxidants, especially beta carotene, lycopene, and lutein that is present in chlorella, it reduces this oxidative stress. So, thus it improves the body immunity and as and general well-being to the patient suffering from chemotherapy and radiation therapy. Also, it reduces the cholesterol. Here we see that chlorella pyrenoidosa, the chlorella pyrenoidosa has antioxidant property. Also, it is chlorella has an important property of reducing the cholesterol. The fiber that is present in cholesterol and also the carotenoids, they usually help in lowering the cholesterol. So, next point is detoxification. We know that chlorella is a very good detoxifying agent. Why? Because it helps in chelating heavy metals and toxicants like pesticides, herbicides. What it does is that chlorella, it chelates or binds with the heavy metals or toxicants and prevent their absorption in our body. Now we know that we live in an environment where we get these heavy metals as in particulate form. The heavy metal in here, they get deposited in the soil, and any vegetable or fruit that is grown in the soil will contain these heavy metals. Also, we use a lot of toxicants, especially the pesticides and herbicides, which stay in the soil for a long period of time. So, any vegetables growing in this type of soil will contain both these toxicants as well as heavy metals, and thus our body will get exposed to these heavy metal and toxicants. These heavy metal and toxicants, they when they are present in trace amount, do not affect our body metabolism, but when they cross a certain threshold, then only they disrupt a multitude of metabolic pathways. And so, in general, our body will have a problem in various metabolic processes. So, what chlorella does is that it detoxifies our body by removing these heavy metals from our body, also prevents our body from absorbing these heavy metals. So in any case, if we need food supplements or not, we have some deficiency disease or not, we are suffering from cancer or not, but we should have this chlorella as a detoxificant, especially once in 6 months or once in 3 months, depending upon the climate we are living. Not the climate, the environment we are living in. If it is very stressed, that is, it is rich in all the heavy metals and toxicants. So, according to that, the uh, dosage will depend. Usually, chlorella, it comes either in the tablet form or capsulated form, or it can come as a powdered form. So in all this form, chlorella can be taken, but the dosage, it will depend upon the doctor. Mostly, it usually varies from 2 to 4 gram, or 5 to 7 gram, or maximally 8 to 9 gram per day. But it will again depend upon the level of stress you are in, or the amount your body can take, because excess chlorella consumption can also cause problem that I will be discussing in the next few slides. So all this is about how it is a food supplement, its therapeutic value, but also it helps in fighting infections, especially this trichomoniasis and fibromyalgia, this fibromyalgia. So apart from being a therapy, food supplement, and also in detoxification, and also in deficiency, it is also used to treat diseases like trichomoniasis and fibromyalgia. It is also used as an animal feed, especially Chlorella pyrenoidosa and Senus desmos. And also, the important thing is that it produces an antibiotic, chlorellin. This chlorellin, it it actually it produces interferons. It actually stimulates in the production of interferon. That these interferons check the production of the growth of staphylococcus and other pathogenic bacteria. Thus, chlorellin produced from chlorella, it is um, it is a good antibiotic for staphylococcus and other bacteria. But at the same time, it can stimulate the growth of other important gut bacteria. So it's like a probiotic. And Chlorella salina, it is a species that is used in the sewage treatment. It reduces the BOD and COD in sewage and effluent water. Naturally, because chlorella, it acts as a sapro, and it grows on other um, it grows especially when there is high amount of nitrogen and inorganic phosphorus. It absorbs this chlorella salina, chlorella vulgaris. They absorb the amount of inorganic nitrogen and phosphorus, and as they photosynthesize, they help in aeration of the water, and thus reducing the BOD-COD by two way, that is removing the biodegradable or inorganic nitrogen phosphorus, and at the same time also photosynthesizing. So in this two way, that is removing the inorganic nitrogen and phosphorus, and by photosynthesis increasing the oxygen, it is helpful in the sewage treatment. In fact, this presence of chlorella along with other algae, especially Sinus desmos, Chlamydomonas, Oscillatoria, Nischia, Navicula, and Stegiochronium, all these algae, they Presence of these algae is indicative of very polluted water, because these algae can survive in polluted water. They grow saprophytically, especially in this polluted water. And in Palmer index, which is an index for determining the level of pollution, whether it is polluted or not, the water, all these algae were used as an indicator of how much the water pollution level is. Side effects of using chlorella. Now, there are many side effects of using chlorella. This is not for everyone, but some people can face this bloating, diarrhea, fatigue, gas, stomach cramp, and green colored stools. Every person can face one of these side effects, if not all. But these side effects can be easily reduced, because this chlorella, it dehydrates the body. So if we take chlorella along with a huge amount of water, then this constipation, this bloating, and the stomach cramp can easily be reduced. And also, the many people, they are allergic to the excess amount of iodine that is present in chlorella. So and also, people who are having using this drug warfarin, this blood thinner, warfarin should not be eating, should not be having chlorella. And also, breastfeeding women. So the three categories, these are people who are allergic, or breastfeeding women, and people who are using other for sort of medication like warfarin, should not be using chlorella. Otherwise, we can easily use chlorella, and side effects can be improved. Side effects can be easily reduced by having increasing the more intake of water, and also reducing the amount of chlorella, that the dosage of chlorella, the side effects can be easily reduced. Usually, chlorella is taken in the dosage of 2 to 4 gram per day, or 5 to 7 gram per day, to 8 to 10 gram. But that will depend upon the medical practitioner. And so we should not take this supplement by ourselves. We should consult a doctor before taking this type of supplementation, because still, if the side effect continues, then we can easily reduce. Now, there are this chlorella is a very good model organism for research, especially Nobel-winning researchers like that of Otto Hamburg, who won Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine for this work in respiration. Also, uh, there is Melvin Kelvin, who got the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for determining this photosynthetic pathway. So we see that chlorella is used in understanding the respiration as well as the photosynthetic pathway, because the metabolic processes, this respiration and photosynthesis of chlorella, is very similar to that of the land plants. And being a unicell, it is very easy to study a single cell than the whole plant. So this the thallus, the simplicity in the thallus architecture, and is one of the cause for it being a model organism. Also, it is very easy to grow chlorella, because it can grow just in presence of certain nutrients and water and sunlight. So it is very cheap to grow it, and also it has a very short generation time. So if there is any aberration that in the metabolic processes due to many mutation, that can also be easily studied. And this chlorella has also been used in uh, this as a anti-cancer property because this chlorella, it induces apoptosis. Now what is apoptosis? Apoptosis is the this apoptosis, it is the programmed cell death. It is a natural process. Any cell in our body, it after a certain period of certain number of divisions, it is programmed naturally to die. This is apoptosis. If this apoptosis is lost in a cell, then it continues to proliferate, and that is what happens in cancer cells. So, this chlorella not only induces this apoptosis, but also it inhibits the cellular proliferation. So, in this way, by inhibiting the cell proliferation and inducing apoptosis, it has got anti-cancer properties. Now, chlorella also helps in the it actually stimulates in the production of the T cells, B cells, and macrophages. Now, these three cells are very these cells are used in the immunity of the body. So these T cells, B cells, and macrophage, as they are stimulated, the production of the T cells, B cells, and macrophage, they are stimulated by a chlorella diet. So they are, we can say that chlorella is a good immunostimulant. These are the name of institutes that are using chlorella as a model research, as a model organism in research, both as a food supplement, as a feed supplement, as a anti-cancer, as a detoxicant, as well as a immunostimulant. So these are the institutes. There are many problems also related to chlorella. This chlorella, they have this lipopolysaccharide in their wall that is mainly affects the immune system. It brings immunoresponse in the form of inflammation. So this is one problem, the lipopolysaccharides of the cell wall in the chlorella. Another is that as the chlorella is has a very short generation time, and so this due to this short generation time, they are a nuisance in freshwater aquaria because of their prolific growth rate. And another most important thing is that cost of production. Now, chlorella is produced in raceway pond that is still in very primitive stage, I should be saying, because if there is no there is high cost in production of this chlorella as a health food, as an animal feed, or in cosmetics, then it cannot be used by the masses. When a product is cheap, then only it will be used by mass. So the cost of production, the high cost of production is another drawback for that is preventing chlorella to be used as a popular SCP or the single cell protein. Earlier, it was considered very difficult to digest this chlorella because of the cell wall. We know that the cell wall is made up of cellulose, but now there has been the technique has been developed to either break the cell wall by mechanical way, or growing the chlorella in and this low light condition. By growing chlorella in low light condition, thus it will produce chlorella that has a very thin cell wall. And this type of chlorella, that is dark grown, or chlorella that is grown in a very limited amount of light, the cell wall, as it is very thin, when it dries, it cracks up, the cell wall cracks up naturally. So this is one technique. Another is the mechanical shearing of the chlorella without using heat. So by these two process, the cell wall, it is degraded, and the last point in this way, it is uh, the problem with the cell wall is solved. With this, I come to the end of the last part of this chlorella video. Here I have not discussed the single cell in detail, how the chlorella, how it is cultivated. So I have actually made a video, and also I've made many videos regarding the algae and cyanobacteria. So I have put all the algae, the link of the algae videos that I have been making in the description box. So you can easily go to those link and get to know what is there in the video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, do share with your friends and do subscribe to get the latest updated videos that I make. Thank you.